a lot of indie hackers stay broke. And I don't want to say that in a bad way. It's just a common thing that I see happening over and over again. It's not because they can't build great products. I see a lot of amazing products, but there's something that they're missing. And I want to share with you some of the stuff that I see on why indie hackers stay broke. If you're an indie hacker, one of the biggest things that I see is that people build before selling. So way too many indie hackers will get these ideas, build them out, spend maybe a couple weeks to a couple months building a product without ever talking to a customer. I know this because I've done this before. I have so many products in the graveyard that I've built out without talking to users, and it makes $0. So you have to make sure that you avoid building before selling. You need to sell before you build. Talk to users, potentially send them payment links and say, hey, I will give you a lifetime deal to this. You can offer a heavy discount. That way they're more incentivized to buy it. But you need to talk to users. You need to sell your product first. Make sure that people are actually willing to pay for it before you actually build a product. Otherwise, else you are just going to be wasting time. The second thing, and another big mistake, is treating it like a hobby. I think a lot of people on Twitter see indie hacking like a side hobby, and they just want to get something to $1 MRR, whatever it might be. They'll tinker on weekends, like post on Twitter every once in a while, but there's no real plan behind it. They see it as a hobby. Oh, I'll do it when I have time. If you do that, chances are you're not going to make a lot of money. You're fighting an uphill battle. A lot of that has to do with your belief system. If you're believing that, hey, I only want to get $1, chances are you're not going to get $500. You're not going to get $10,000 because you're limiting yourself only to $1. So you need to set clear goals and actually run it like a true business. Have clear goals. Make sure that you don't treat it like a hobby, because if you treat it like a hobby, it's going to be a lot smaller than the potential that it has. So take it seriously. Even if it is a side project for you, take it very seriously and invest your time into it very wisely. And the third thing is avoiding distribution. A lot of people will build great products. They might talk to users. They might take it seriously, but they do not focus a lot on distribution. So some of this comes out to the marketing funnel. And a big thing with products is getting people to the top of funnel and then helping guide them from the top of funnel all the way to being a paying customer. And a lot of this just ends up being volume. If you get 10 people on the top of your funnel and your conversion rate is 2%, that means you're not going to get any conversions off of that. So you need to have distribution and get a lot of traffic to your top of the funnel. And all of that is distribution. How do you get a large amount of people to see your product and then get to your top of the funnel? Whether that be your landing page. For some funnels that I build, the actual top of funnel is the Twitter profile or the Instagram profile, because people will see that and then from there go to the landing page. So you need to flood the top of funnel with a lot of traffic. One big suggestion that I would say, in addition to this third point, is if you are an indie hacker, study funnels. Study how to build good funnels that guide users from just hearing about your product all the way to the customer journey, because there's a lot of steps from them finding out about your product to ending up being a paying customer. And if you don't know what that funnel looks like, how are you going to guide users to actually end up going through that funnel? They're just walking in the dark. No one's going to make any money. So those are the three mistakes I see: building before selling, treating it like a hobby, and then avoiding distribution and avoiding flooding your top of funnel traffic. So if you're an indie hacker, make sure you sell before you build, treat it like a real business, and master distribution, or at least focus a lot on distribution and getting top of funnel traffic to your products. If you do these three things, I guarantee you will be ahead of like 80% of indie hackers. You're going to make some money, and it's going to take you far. I learned this the hard way with a lot of my products. I built before I sold. I didn't care about distribution. I took it not serious at all when I was working at my job. I was just building these things on the side. But now I'm building 3 products with these things in mind, working on growing a $10 million holding company. I'll put my products in the bio. Would appreciate if you guys check it out, give me some feedback. And hopefully this helps you avoid the common mistakes, learn from others' mistakes, and just keep building, keep shipping. I'm rooting for you. Let's go make some money online. I know you can do it. Believe it, then achieve it.